Welcome back to Inside Ambition. I'm Alexandra George, and today I'm talking to Emma and Alisha. They're with Active Minds, and they're here to tell us a little bit about the work that they do. Hi, Emma. Hi, Alisha. How are you guys?
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Why don't you guys start by just introducing yourselves, your year, and what you do in Active Minds?
I'm Emma. I'm a sophomore, and I'm the incoming president for Active Minds.
I'm Alisha. I'm a pre-junior, and I'm the treasurer of Active Minds.
Well, thank you guys so much for asking to be on our show. We love to feature student orgs on our program. For our audience who don't know who Active Minds is and what you guys do, could you elaborate on what you do as a student org?
Sure. So we're an on-campus organization, and we are affiliated with the national organization Active Minds. And basically, we work to fight the stigma that's against mental illnesses. And so we work on mental illness, getting people to know what it is about.
So how do you guys feel like mental illness, mental health, how is that talked about at Drexel, and how do you think it could be made better?
I don't know if it's really being talked about enough, to be honest. I think it's something that's still really stigmatized in a lot of communities, including Drexel. And it's cool to see that there are some conversations going on, but I think we need to normalize it as much as we can, just the same way we normalize talking about physical health.
What are some steps that Active Minds is taking to normalize mental health and that conversation on Drexel's campus?
Recently, our members actually participated in QPR training. So it's a suicide awareness training assessment. So we could help our peers who we think are expecting some sort of depressive episodes or suicidal thoughts. So that was a really nice training to start having the kind of conversations with. So that was a big step forward.
And QPR, for those who don't know, stands for Question, Persuade, Refer, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what do you guys feel like the counseling center's role in student life is? And do you wish they had a bigger role, a stronger role, or that students were more willing to go? How do you guys feel, students feel about the counseling center at Drexel?
I think the counseling center, kind of in general with mental health, counseling has been seen as a crisis resource, and students, I think a lot of times, sometimes don't feel as comfortable going to the counseling center until they feel like there's something really serious going on. So Active Minds' role is kind of to bring the resources to the students and say, this is what's available to you, these are the hours, this is some of the services that it provides, but also to kind of meet students in the middle and be like, if this is not the route you want to go with your mental health, or, if you don't feel like you want to go to the counseling center, that we can find other ways to work on mental health and teach each other how to regulate our emotions and our behavior in a way that makes it, healthy for everyone.
What are some things that you guys have planned as an org to help facilitate that conversation in this upcoming year?
So we are actually planning on advertising the counseling center as much as we can on social media and through outlets like yours, Inside Ambition. And then on top of that, we're working with the counselors very closely. Barbara Inkle's our advisor, so we're working with her very closely and trying to get students to be more aware of the resources that are available to them.
We did have Scott Sokolowski from the Counseling Center on our show a few weeks back, but could you guys elaborate a little bit about what resources you think are most valuable at the Counseling Center?
There are a lot of different types of resources, and with the coronavirus, I think he mentioned this in the interview, but it is hard to have therapy just because of the state lines, but there are group workshops and there's individual workshops that are able to be done. I also thought it was really great that there is a case manager. So, if the counseling center isn't the place for you, there's someone who's continues to reach out to you and make sure and check up on you and make sure you're finding another therapist outside of Drexel. So I really like those features of the counseling center.
If students want to get involved and if they want to be a part of Active Minds, or if they're looking for their own mental health resources on campus, what advice do you have for them?
You can reach out to us through Dragon Link. We're on Dragon Link. We're on Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to get involved in our organization and we have leadership positions open, you can always shoot us an email or DM us on Instagram. And then there's also, if you go on the Counseling Center website, if you're looking for mental health resources, I think that's a really good idea to do too.
Emma, I know that you mentioned before we started this call that Active Minds is trying to initiate more work with peer-to-peer counseling. Can you talk a little bit about what that might look like?
Totally. So, like Alisha mentioned, QPR is part of that initiative, but there also is something kind of that another Active Minds chapter, I believe in California, came up with called VAR, which stands for Validate, Appreciate, and Refer. And that is for non-crisis situations. So it's just when you see someone who might be having a hard day or, struggling with academics or going through a breakup or something like that doesn't necessarily call for, crisis intervention, but just a way to make sure we're all there for each other and everyone's feeling validated. And, I think personally, and I think a lot of students feel this way, people don't know how to navigate when they see someone upset. And so having kind of like a concrete tool to make sure you kind of know how to have that conversation when you see someone, even someone you may not know, feeling upset is so important.
Is there anything else that you guys want students to know before we wrap?
We're a really fun club. It's opened my eyes personally. I struggle with mental health issues, and from high school where I was really stigmatized and being able to join this organization in college was really validating and empowering to be able to work on those issues. So, yeah.
And Alisha, what about you?
I'm going to say, if you're interested, you should, come and join us. And it's really fun. We're, a family kind of thing. So we have, a few board members. And if you're interested in joining the board, you can reach out to us. Or if you want to be part of, the larger organization itself without the leadership position, send us an email and we'll add you to the emailing list. We have, a lot of fun events planned for if we go back to school next year. We'll keep you updated on that.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much again for reaching out to our show to promote your org. I love the work that you're doing, and I really appreciate you guys speaking on our platform.
Thank you for having us.
If you guys want to see more content like this, make sure you like and comment below. You can subscribe to our channel, Drexel Television, and make sure to follow Active Minds on Instagram as well as our Instagram at inside_ambition. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.